So this is the identity. You have to identify with the Atman, not the body mind. This is the purpose. Now, having completed, we will be getting on to the new topic, the next topic. The topic is your duty to act, because now he is entering into third topic. What is the third topic? First topic is we studied as a uh, Arjuna's despond condition. Second topic we studied till 11 to 30th, which is the indestructibility, the embodied. Third topic is 31 to 40. This topic deals with your duty to act. Your duty to act from 31 to 40. What is that your duty to act? In this paragraph, means in this 31 to 40 verses, what he explains is, Krishna explains, gist is there in the starting portion, in the beginning of the chapter, he gives the topic division. In the topic, he explains the third topic, your duty to act, one paragraph, the basic gist or highlights of the entire verses. What we are going to learn, he is going to give us a synopsis. Krishna explains to Arjuna the importance of performing his duty. He is avoiding duty and running away. Therefore, Krishna tells Arjuna the importance of performing his duty as a Kshatriya. You are a Kshatriya. A carpenter does carpentry job. A plumber does plumbing job. He has to do his duty. That's why he is telling righteous war as a Kshatriya, fortunate, very fortunate, great opportunity to work for Dharma, to find an opportunity to fight for righteous cause, for a battle, abandoning such an opportunity, leaving such an opportunity. Great opportunity is there, sir. What is that? Sit down and study in this corona time. Enjoy ourselves. Learn some higher values. God provided food and shelter. Instead of that, feeling bored, feeling sad, feeling this, not able to go out, not able to do this. What is this? People are crying. This is called not doing the human duty. This is what abandoning such an opportunity will only incur, will only gives rise to. What it will give? Infamy. Infamy means your pair practical pothai. Infamy and sin. You are committing sin. Sin means you are committing a blunder which causes you agitations and disturbances. You are not a happy person. Sin is nothing but mental agitations caused by wrong action, wrong intention. So you are committing a sin. Sin is not in the action, it is intention. His intention is to avoid the duty. So therefore he will commit a sin. So sin is a mental attitude, wrong mental attitude. In the victory of a Kshatriya enjoys sovereignty. If he gets victory, if he goes to do the duty of fighting, he gets victory, he will be enjoying the kingdom. Sovereignty over the world king he will become. If he killed, if he gets dead in the war, still he will be happy because he has done his duty. The man example fail, you have done your duty. What is the wrong in it? Fail success. So at least he will be satisfied. I have done my duty. So he will be in heaven. Sin means in hell and mud. Therefore, Krishna advises Arjuna, means advising every human being to perform the duty. It's easy to avoid. What is there now? I am not having my boss. Swamiji has given a knowledge and left. I have to take it up for myself. I have taken. I don't need to study. I have no other need, and I am a very happy person. I am enjoying life. Then if I don't do what I committed, then I am committing sin. If I think I have chosen, I have fixed myself, I have to study this Bhagavad Gita and learn, and whatever I knowledge I will share. with others. If I don't do, it is a sin. My duty I am not doing. So this same thing Arjuna, Krishna is advised 5,000 years back. Simple logic. If you are slain in the battle, you will be gaining heaven. Therefore, Krishna advised Arjuna to arise, awake, stop not till the goal is reached. Swami Vivekananda. Arise, awake, stop not till the goal is reached. Similarly, arise from the paralysis state, and fight the battle without concern for the results. Don't care about results. Results, whatever success or failure is immaterial. You may perhaps die. What is the big deal? Enjoy the death also. Because you are a happy person. Living what you think you are supposed to live, you like a life. Satisfaction. So, the knowledge imparted up to the 38th verse, next one, 10 verses. In this chapter is Sankhya Yoga. Sankhya means knowledge. Thereafter, Krishna turns towards Karma Yoga. From 38th mantra onwards, he teaches Karma Yoga, means action. Yoga, through action, he has to perfect himself. The practice of which will eradicate, will remove all his vasanas, deep-rooted fear, his all weaknesses will go by performing action only. People చాలా మంది చూడండి ఇంట్లోంచి బయటకు రాడు భయం unless he goes out and performs his duty and action, the fear will never go. And all see sir, many people scared go sending children to abroad, sending children to foreign, sending children outside also. They're so worried. How long you will pamper them? They should go. They should think about themselves. Let them face themselves. I still remember what your sons are doing. Let them living their life. You are living. It's the best solution. So always hanging on to children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, attached and all this. This is what the whole world is suffering from. Huh? I tell also my parents. All the time my grandchildren they are interested. You know, I shouted. 1 week they'll come. Again 6 months, 9 months they'll not come over. Here Bhagavad Gita and Management grandchildren there are emotional attachment. What is this age to study this? Huh? This life will be that attachment will not leave you. First children, then grandchildren, then great-grandchildren, then never-ending life. So this is the weakness of human mind. So Arjuna is telling you, do your duty. Duty is to learn the higher values and reach something beyond this existence of birth and death. Something is there. That's a great wonder. Explore that by giving great masters are giving. We have got opportunity of gurus and gods and masters who are authentic textbooks and all provided. Even then they don't wake up. Now 31st mantra. Swadharmamapi chaveksha navikampitumārhasi dharmadhiyuddha cheyonya kshatriyasya na vidyate. Swadharmamapi chaveksha navikampitumārhasi dharmyadhiyuddha chelyoya kshatriyasya na vidyate. Further, looking at your own duty, you should not waver, for there is nothing better than for a kshatriya than the righteous war. For a kshatriya, providing an opportunity is the greatest opportunity provided to you. You are sulking away. You are trying to escape an opportunity which as a kshatriya is supposed to perform. This is the condition of every human being today, sir. What is they are expected as a human being? They are not able to live up to that. Avoiding, escaping all negative tendencies. And the whole world is suffering. what they are supposed to do. A fellow who is government job, he wants to escape work, but he wants salary. You see all these things. You have to give bribe to do his job. So verses 11 to 30 speak about the indestructibility we have studied of the embodied self. The real self never perishes. Only the external bodies are constantly born and they die. The whole universe is wonderful blend of birth and death. The world is made up of birth and death. If there is no birth and death, there is no world. There is no change. There is nothing. So the birth and death makes this world. So the whole universe is a wonderful blend of birth and death. Some unseen hand to maintain this. Who is maintaining the sun? Come meticulously. Who is maintaining the distance between earth and sun? Exact distance. What happens if it is a few meters close? We are burnt to death. If it is a distance is there, sir, sun and earth is revolving. Imagine it is come close, what will happen? We are scorched to death, burnt to death, fire. If it goes away, freeze to death. I say either way death. There is somebody constantly maintaining this distance. Planets, galaxies, meticulously functioning for our sustenance as long as we live and die. So there is an unseen hand, unseen divinity, unknown power. There is power. Without power, how can you or me exist? Power is there. You know, some people say it's all glatter, there is nothing, it has come by itself. What is that? Anything can come by itself, sir. So people don't have alpha buddhi under. They don't have intellect. They can't see that unseen hand. You know the puppet show? In puppet show, there is a puppets are playing on the screen. All bommal untai, tol bommal aatadu. So everybody enjoys by that puppet show. But a smart fellow starts thinking how this puppet is moving. He will see behind there is a wire. Oh, wire is lifting the hands. Wire is lifting the hands like this, like this. Oh, wires are responsible for the puppets to move on. Inka smart fellow will not satisfy that investigation. He will further follow that wire. Go behind the wire. From where that wire is connected, you see the fingers of one fellow, the unseen hand. That fellow is adisthanadi atam. So this is what the spiritually developed people will see, the perception of that divine hand. The sages and saints ki, ordinary people ki. What is there? Eating, enjoying, sleeping. This is the lowest fellow. Puppet start. Acquisition, enjoyment. They don't think. They don't have intellect. They can't feel. They think. So people who are spiritual developed see the unseen hand. An unseen hand appears to orchestrate beautifully the rhythm of this existence and non-existence. Potadam chavadam, this whole world is moving around, seasons rolling, year rolling, day rolling, night and day, everything is blending for orchestra. You have see vegetation, you see the living creatures, you see the carnivorous and herbivores, vegetarian and non-vegetarian. Everything is well meticulously organized. You see, sir, in the jungle, there will never be thousands of millions of lions and tigers and one or two zebras are vegetarian. Always the proportion is maintained. There are thousands of deers, 2-3 only lions. So there is a range is maintained. Who maintains that number? Who maintains that structure? Who maintains that order? Somebody is there, unseen hand. Recognizing that is devotion. That is bhakti. So that existence and non-existence. And Arjuna foolishly, he is thinking everything is in me. Foolishly attempts to interfere with that the general plan. He is supposed to do his job. No, I will not do. So he foolishly attempts to interfere with that divine plan. You're supposed to be blended with that nature and follow nature and do the duty of the nature. Instead of that, I will be against nature. That's what the Arjuna's blunder. General pattern of the world, Arjuna is attempting to interfere. Arjuna has no concept of the scheme of things and beings that maintain this universe. He has no idea how the things are maintained in this universe. This implies that Arjuna should not try to interfere with the general pattern of this cosmos. Nobody should interfere with this cosmos. They should only blend with the cosmos. If you go against the cosmos, it will become chaos and you will be destroyed. He must concentrate on his obligatory duty and responsibility. What is the obligatory duty of one human being must he perform? Arjuna is a Kshatriya, warrior. His duty is to fight and not waver. Not waver means not become weak and paralyzed. Oh, my grandfather, my guru. Sir, if your wife or your son or your daughter, if he has some kind of problem in the medical department, you have to go to the doctor and cut it and remove it if it is needed. No, I want my son. How is the emotion connection will save that fellow? That if you don't remove, body will also that. If it need to be done, take the medical advice and do the duty. This is what he means to say. But Arjuna is not able to recognize that. His duty is to fight and not waver. A righteous war now faces him. A righteous war. Duryodhana and all these fellows took over the kingdom and by foul means, by bad way, they have taken over and torturing the humanity. The entire kingdom is suffering. He got the opportunity to put it back and then got the nice thing. He got the opportunity to study and teach. People are suffering. If anybody I have to do, I'm just doing. They wanted, they can take, they don't want. But my duty is to teach and to learn, to grow myself. So this is the duty, everybody's duty should be done. God blessed this place and giving food. We should recognize that always there is a divine hand supporting. So the righteous war now faces him. Wars are not necessarily righteous. But here in this case, the Mahabharata war, Arjuna has the opportunity to defend a righteous cause. A Kshatriya looks for nothing better. Krishna appeals to Arjuna to examine the situation from that angle and fulfill his obligatory duty by fighting the righteous war. The appeal to perform his duty runs through that third topic covering 31 to 40. See, from 31 to 40, from now onwards, we will be studying that great knowledge behind this duty, why a person is supposed to do the duty, what he is going to get benefits, and how we will be happy, how we will be successful, how we will be reaching enlightenment also. There are three things we are looking for. One is happiness, another is success also. You cannot be beggar, no. You have to live by food and shelter, you need minimum financial support. I am sitting here, I am paying electricity and I am paying maintenance and all. Some financial support is needed, no sir. So I am not having income, I am not having any salary payment, I am not having any working under anybody. But I am just doing the duty somebody is providing somewhere. As Guru Dakshina I will get. I am surviving. So success is important, means financially important, and happiness is important. Both are important in life. And again, death will come. Are you investing something beyond life also? What is that? Establishing in the real identity, which is Atma Vidya. That is the insurance for the afterlife also. So when you die or when you pass away, you have no regrets. Why? You have done your optimum capacity. You have done your duty to the best of your ability. All next is Tata Bye. So this is what he means by do the duty. What are the, if you do the duty, what you will get, how you will get. He is going to go deeper analysis and great knowledge has been transacted. We are all benefited, whether Arjuna benefited or not, we will be benefited definitely. This is the great opportunity. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Hari Om.